Things get worse and worse for folks living in Minnesota under Governor Pawlenty. LGA is being cut, and our cities are struggling, our families are struggling, and we really need a change in the governor's mansion.
They don't care who we are, what we need. And I've heard the thing about union employees get paid so much money and we're spoiled. Let me tell you something, we work hard. We work really hard. And we're here for our patients. We're here for our families. He doesn't know me. So that's my thing about Pawlenty. He doesn't know me.
The last 8 years, we've lost nearly 200 members from our local, spending entirely too much time dealing with layoffs, positions not being filled, and services not being provided.
Do more with less. And it's just gotten to the point where we barely have enough people to do our jobs, so we're doing less with less. And for example, for me to attend this convention, they actually had to replace me with 2 people because I have so many jobs that no one person could do everything I'm expected to do on a daily basis.
And in the city of St. Paul, because of the cuts in LGA, we have lost a lot. It's really hard for us to do our jobs because we've been pushed past the doing more with less to doing everything with nothing.
I had 6 people working with me. Last, like 4 years ago, I had 4. Now I am by myself with a trainee. And I'm expected to do all the work that they did to try to keep up with this. And we cannot do that. We're under a deadline, we're under a timeline all the time. And we cannot meet them timelines because we don't have the bodies to do it.
In the past 10 years, my caseload has gone from 350 cases to 550 cases. I have about an hour per case per year to spend with people to try to help them with their problems and answer their questions.
Where I work in Moose Lake and the surrounding MSOX homes in that area, some of them have been shut down completely because he's cutting our budget. And we have been running very short at my facility, 2 staff to 50 clients on 1 unit, and it's just unsafe. The safety and all that, he has no regard for that at all.
And over the last 8 years, corrections has been cut $68 million. So it's harder each session to go through and do more with less. Stillwater Prison, for example, has gained 400 inmates. They're up to 1,600 inmates, have not gained 1 position. And we have some unsafe facilities.
We've been having incidents within the institutions. A specific cell hall, B West, in January, we had a major mini riot, I should call it, that happened. And in that same unit in May, we had 70 offenders fighting. And we just don't have the staff to control it.
They don't have the money anymore to go out and proactively trim the trees. They don't have the money to go out and proactively look at these types of safety hazards in the community. And when people run around saying, they hate government workers, they don't want to pay taxes, the government waste of money, it's coming to the point where how can the people who try to keep us safe and keep our roads filled and plowed, and this stuff is starting to not be able to be done on the bare bones that we're running, and that affects me personally too. I don't want to live in a place where safety is not able to be maintained because we won't fund our government.
Governor Pawlenty has been unfair to me and my co-workers. The workload has increased, but yet and still we still endure pay cuts.
Under the Pawlenty administration, we have to worry about privatization and keeping our jobs and trying to keep up with the cost of living and support my family.
In 8 years, Pawlenty has taken and cut back. I looked at a pay stub from 10 years ago, and believe it or not, I haven't made quite $100 in improvements over 10 years with the university as far as take-home pay goes.
We are low-paid workers at the nursing home, and the Governor Pawlenty, he put a freeze on the nursing homes. Now we are not getting no raise, nothing like that. And everything's going up, insurance is going up, everything. So it's so tough for my employees and my co-workers.
The legislature, when they have tried to do something, he's vetoed it. And so he doesn't appear that he's looking out for working men and women. He's not looking out for the women, middle class.
Because of Governor Pawlenty and all his cuts, there's budgetary cuts for all the different agencies, and it affected the county. I've worked for the state for 33 years, and I got my pink slip in July.
I've worked for the county for 33 years, and I'm worried about my pension now. I've paid into it for a very long time. I planned on retiring at a certain age back when I was 21 years old, and now I'm feeling that that's threatened, and so that's been a source of stress for me.
My mom is in her mid-60s. She's a public employee, and if that pension gets taken away from my mom, that's going to be a bad scene because she has nothing else.
I've got friends and family members who have been and would be current GAMC recipients, some of the poorest of the poor Minnesotans, so it's been frightening to see them fall through that gap and need to scramble to try and provide and maintain access to basic medical care for themselves.
I've been in Minnesota for 19 years, and I've served under nothing but Republican and independent governors, and it seems like they're getting progressively worse.
Oh, Dayton's going to be different. For one thing, he shares the values that AFSCME and all my friends share, that he believes that we all are in the same boat together, that everybody should do their fair share, and that we can get out of this thing, but we all have to do it together.
Dayton is for middle class working families. That's why we are most of the workers over there, they are middle class, and even we have some who are, we might call under poverty because most of people, we make minimum wage. So I think Mike Dayton will do a better job than Governor Pawlenty.
Mark Dayton truly cares about Minnesota and the quality of life that we have here, and he will work to restore that quality of life for our families.
He understands that for the public services that we provide will help everybody. The parks being open, the libraries, the men's school systems, corrections, DOT, all of them. He knows those are vital services that we need in this state to make the state run well.
I'm excited about Dayton. I guess for one thing, the Republican nominee has said he's going to eliminate the Met Council, so can't vote for him. The Independence Party candidate has said that he is going to take away my pension and turn it into a 401k or similar type plan and throw it into the mercy of the private market. So first of all, there's only one choice as far as I'm concerned if I want to keep a job and keep a decent pension.
He's been one of us, and you could tell he's a friend to government employees. So he understands what it's like to be in the trenches.
We know there are going to be issues that we're going to have to deal with, but we're going to be part of the solution rather than being looked at as being the problem.
It would be a big help to go into bargaining, knowing that we had a listening ear at the other end and willing to take our issues seriously.
Realistically, if we bring everything back in-house and put things back to work to where they belong, we could save the state a lot of money. And Mark understands that. I've talked to him a couple times on this, and he understands that well. So that is one reason why I think that Mark Dayton would be a very good candidate for the governor of the state of Minnesota. So
I worked with Mark when he was the state auditor, and Mark always had an open door policy. He was fair with how he treated his employees. He was proactive in trying to resolve issues before they came up.
Plain and simple, he's not going to threaten to lay off 10,000 AFSCME employees or more. And that's good enough for me.
I think Mark Dayton will put the human back into the Department of Human Services because he cares about the people. He cares about all Minnesotans.
He tries to connect with you as a person, one-on-one, not as someone in government or someone that wants to be your governor, but as a human being. And that right there, that's number one for me. Look at me. Let me know that I exist in your world.
He's been very specific about what he's going to try and do to handle the revenue situation that the state is facing and how he's going to handle these challenges.
He sees how the tax system is broken up in Minnesota. The richest 5% aren't being taxed their fair share. And what we need to do is raise revenue. I mean, laying people off doesn't make sense in a recession. It just doesn't make sense. So I think he'll be a really good candidate because he actually cares for the working and middle class people, and he won't put up with the corporate bullyism and give tax breaks to the rich. He knows what's right for Minnesota.
If you cut spending, you make the problem worse because there are fewer people working and fewer people paying taxes to stimulate the economy. Dayton wants to stimulate the economy by putting people to work, and the way he would do that is raise the taxes on the highest paid Minnesotans, and we would end up with fair taxes finally. And that's what Minnesota needs. We don't need people laid off. We need more people hired.
Mark Dayton stood out on the line with us. He said, yes, it's wrong that the chancellor take a $40,000 bonus. It's wrong to give bonuses to the presidents of the universities and to the vice chancellors when you have AFSCME workers out here with the chance of getting a pink slip and getting laid off.
I think Dayton understands that the working class drives the economy, and I think he will support us in actually, me having a quality of life and a good family, so I can actually, have a future for my son and my wife.
And he alone is the only one that is going to help the working people in the state of Minnesota.
Dayton's got the right ideas. He knows what he's doing, and I think he's going to be great.
We can mobilize people, talk to people, understand why we need to elect Mike Dayton, because we need to elect it because it's for the working families.
The future of this state hangs in the balance of who's in that office this year.
Well, of course I'm going to vote for him, and I'm going to get other people to vote for him. And I have been doing phone banking, and I've been doing presentations, and we have been trying to move up the next wave, which is the younger activists within AFSCME. So basically just educating on the difference between, Dayton, Pawlenty, and then Emmer.
It's the biggest difference I've seen in the 27 years I've been involved in corrections. This is the most important difference of a governor that we've had.
So I got yard signs in a primarily Republican neighborhood. So I may not be a yard favorite, but I'm doing it.
We have a big group of people that do go down and do phone banks once a week.
Working our ass off. Whether it's phone calls, door knocks, talking to our members, talking to our neighbors, that's how we get there.
Tell them, listen, this is a change for Minnesota. This is going to help our working class, and this is going to help bring us back to where we should have been in the first place.
You can talk to the people you've dealt with for years in the community. The gas station where you always go, you talk to the people there. I talk to the pharmacist at the drugstore where I always go. I talk to the people at the tailor shop down the street.
And I'll spread the word through my local and everyone I talk to on the streets and anyone I see. Vote Mark Dayton.
I want to tear my hair out being busy too, but we're going to be tearing our hair out a whole heck of a lot more come next year if we don't get Dayton in office this year. So we got to figure out how to get the time out of the schedule and get it done.
This is important, and you have to schedule the time in. You have to schedule your calendar to reflect your ideals and what you want to see accomplished.
Taking people to the polling places on voting day, I will do whatever it takes to get him elected.
I'm going to take Election Day off to make sure Mark Dayton gets elected. And all these people, they're going to take Election Day off to make sure that Mark Dayton gets elected. And you should take Election Day off to make sure Mark Dayton gets elected.
I'm going to continue working my tail off to get him elected. I'm going to be talking to as many people as I can. I've got members that are going to be talking to as many people as they can, and just spread the message about why we need Mark Dayton as governor.